Hey guys, welcome back to the Pop Culture Perspective. In today's episode, we're going to be doing something a little bit fun. Hopefully something where we won't want to rip each other's heads off this time. So something a bit different, I know. We're just going to be having a nice little friendly discussion about our favourite, the best MCU characters.
Who do you think is the best MCU character?
The very best one.
The very best one. Let's hit it off with a big bang.
Yeah, why not? Let's go from the fucking top.
Go on.
Very best. Thanos.
Yeah.
I think it's tough for a villain to even be considered a good character, and he's managed to make himself in such a high tier. I can comfortably call him the best MCU character.
Well, I mean, he was teased from Guardians 1? Well, not even
from Avengers.
From Avengers 1 in the post credit, and he had the build up where I feel like a lot of the other villains didn't have the build up.
Yeah.
So that helped him a lot, but his anticipation of him coming in was just so hyped, and when we finally see him, his character is so well written. Yeah, it's incredible.
He actually lived up to all the hype that there was for him, which is so rare.
And the first 5 minutes you see him in Infinity War, he just knocks the crap out of Hulk.
Yeah,
and it shows his power. And then he has quieter scenes with Gamora when he's in the throne room of his thing, and he's talking about why he's doing what he's doing, and it's you know what, he does have a fair point.
Yeah, it's a little psychotic, but it's a decent point. He's just probably going about it the wrong way.
It's in the What If episode of where he's the Ravager.
Yeah.
And then they're why didn't you use the Infinity Stones to give people more resources? And it's that's so true. I've never thought about it like that. You could probably use the Infinity Stones to give people more resources.
Yeah.
But, killing half of everyone in the universe.
I guess that's another way to go about it.
Sure, if you want to, but...
I honestly think, just his design alone, visually, is, enough to make him one of the best characters, because he just looks so cool. He's this giant fucking purple grape, and yet he somehow still looks cool.
The memes that came up on him. Yeah, he's menacing. He's just the shit he says is it's good. It's good writing, and just the fight scenes with him in it.
Yeah, they're so good, and they actually make him seem strong.
Yeah,
they don't just suddenly make him lose all his ability to fight. He is a constant threat.
Or it would be it's Iron Man at his top game, trying to fight Thanos, where he's holding back. He does hold back. Thanos realistically he could have killed everyone in Titan.
Yeah,
but because he was snapping half the universe, he's it's unfair to murder everyone.
Yeah,
I think he generally did kind of want to kill Tony though, because he kind of knows how dangerous he is.
Yeah.
So I understand why he stabbed him, and he was about to just obliterate him with the stones before Doctor Strange stopped him.
Yeah.
But he is a very well written character. For me though, I think Iron Man is better than Thanos. For me, Iron Man will be at the very top. But I guess it's unfair because Iron Man has had 3 solo movies, and then he's appeared in Avengers, and then Avengers 2, Civil War, and all those other movies.
Yeah.
So he's character.
Iron Man is undoubtedly a great character.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could put him over Thanos though.
Really?
I think Thanos still has the edge over everyone.
I think because we see Iron Man more, that's why he's a better character. Because you see him from Iron Man 1, where he is the start of his journey, and then Iron Man 3, which is super underrated.
Yeah. Oh, underrated.
Underrated, yeah.
That movie's dog shit.
It's not as bad, I think, as people make it out to be. It's not great. But
It's definitely not.
it's
great.
definitely not great. Like, if I was to rate it, I'll give it like a 6, maybe a 7 out of 10.
That's a little high.
That's not that high.
I'd give it like maybe like a 3,
A 3,
4.
a 4.
Yeah,
No way.
it's a bad movie.
It's not that bad.
I know you fucking like it because War Machine gets his fucking Iron Patriot suit, and you
I
fucking
hate.
you're in love with War Machine for some reason.
Iron Patriot was the worst part in that entire movie.
Honestly, that's my favorite suit of his.
No way. It is the worst suit he has.
Because I can tell myself it's someone else, so I like it more.
Sure. But like I think in that movie, like Iron Man grows so much in that, and you see him his most like vulnerable, his most weakest.
Yeah,
Like he's lost the suit, he's lost his house, he's suffering from like PTSD and
Yeah.
anxiety and all that sort of stuff. Like it's super propelling, and it's just like damn, like he like under the, like you may think he's this like badass superhero, but in reality he's just a normal human that's suffering from what every other normal person would. Like you don't see that with Captain America, you don't see that with Thor, other than like Endgame, but that was more of a joke than anything.
Yeah.
Like they play off Thor's depression more as a joke than an actual like problem that he has.
yeah. They
Through
weren't
a
willing
movie.
to like properly commit to making Thor a more serious character.
Yeah.
So they're just like, oh, we'll make a joke out of it.
I think
Yeah.
I think Infinity War was probably his most serious we've ever seen Thor.
Yeah, and even then he was still like
He still had his jokes
pretty
and stuff.
lighthearted.
But yeah, I think after Iron Man 3, I think it really made Iron Man a top tier.
I think Iron Man has the best like character arc
Out of everyone. Yeah.
but I still don't think he's the best actual character, and especially with Thanos, because I just think because Thanos is a villain, it makes him so much more interesting than like any of the heroes really could be.
Yeah.
Just because obviously you're not rooting for Thanos, but like it's
But
just
it's-
interesting to see a character, a main character that has a completely different perspective to everyone else.
Well, another character that's great is Killmonger.
Killmonger is good.
He is another great, and he's another villain too, which is like damn, like two villains that are
Yeah,
have probably some of the best written character arcs and just character in general in all of the MCU.
the Killmonger's a shame that we didn't get more of him.
That's the thing, they killed him off, and it's like, bro, we could have had so much more. Imagine if they kept him alive in Wakanda forever.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, sure, yeah, he comes back like at the end, and he's like in Shuri's whatever the space is, the
yeah, the
astral plane
yeah,
or something like that. But like, it was still like, it's like you see that and you're like, I want to see more of that. He's in
Yeah.
it for 3 minutes of
Because they could have like kept him alive from
Yeah.
first Black Panther as like a prisoner or something, and then like when T'Challa dies in Wakanda forever, like Shuri could have more. She could relate more to him, which she does,
yeah.
and then maybe they could have teamed up or something, or he could have just had a role to play in that movie. Because it's
Yeah.
Killmonger. It
It
doesn't
is-
hurt to have Killmonger in your movie.
That's true. Well, sadly it does, because he got stabbed and now he's dead.
Well, yeah, but
But like, I think honestly, like those like three, I think are probably the best written characters. I think everyone else like just doesn't come close to those three.
that's fair.
Like,
I came up with like, I think I ended up with like 10 that I had in mind, and Killmonger is good, but I didn't include him in the 10.
why?
I didn't think he was good enough.
So who do you have in your like 10? Just give me names.
I've got Star-Lord.
Really?
Yeah, I love Star-Lord with a fucking deep passion. I've got Drax. Drax in the top 10.
I'm seeing a theme here.
I've got Mantis in the top 10. That's all for Guardians. The Grandmaster.
You are your top 10 just people that you find funny?
It helps.
It fully is.
It helps.
It
if
fully
they're funny.
is.
Okay, I've got Loki in the top 10. That's a serious character. I mean, I find it funny as well, but it's a serious character. Who else do we throw in there? I wonder.
Well, let's throw in Killmonger in there.
Fuck Killmonger.
Okay.
It's not good enough.
Who else is funny?
You know who I did contemplate just because I thought it'd make for an interesting discussion.
And that is
Stan Lee's character.
Stan
Because
Lee's
technically,
character.
it's the same character throughout all his cameos.
I mean, that's the thing.
As far as range, as far as diversity goes, he is top tier.
Okay, but it's like, but every time people see Stan Lee, like in the MCU, is it the same Stan Lee, or is it just like?
I feel like that's what they were going for with that, like with the Watcher scene, because if he's like a Watcher informant, like
I guess
he's just like in disguise all the time that he's on Earth.
Do you reckon he's like a Watcher entity type person?
I like that idea.
I think that's a good theory.
Especially now that he's dead, so we can't have any more cameos. Like,
yeah,
to let that character still have a legacy.
But like,
and because it's Stan Lee, he's like
the
god of Marvel.
Yeah, but like that, I think I actually like that. I like how I think he's pretty much the Watcher, where the Watcher likes to watch from afar. Stan Lee likes to watch up close.
Yeah,
I think that's a good way to put.
He doesn't give himself away, but he likes to just be around.
Yeah,
what's
just
happening.
around. He likes to see and
Immerse
watch
himself in everything.
I mean, it would make sense because you see him all the way in like Captain America, Captain Marvel. Like they're the two oldest in the timeline. Like in the timeline of things, like. You know who is a bad character though?
A bad character? Who?
It's Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And Captain America.
Okay. I don't think Captain America is a bad character.
Okay, he's not a bad character, but he's a very uninteresting character.
He doesn't evolve or develop, which is his problem.
He stays the same.
Like, he's perfectly fine.
He's super safe.
But he's in the MCU for 8 years. He's in so many of the movies. They could have given him some amount of arc.
You would think, like something would, in that span of years, like something, like I think people will go, oh, watch Avengers where he's like trying to fix like the propeller.
Yeah.
In the first one, he's like, oh, it's run by electricity, like because he still doesn't understand technology till like now that he does play with technology now.
Yeah.
Like, but that's not a fucking character development. That's just
learning to
he's
live
just
in
learning.
the new time.
A toddler can learn how to do that sort of stuff, you know. Like
he's just like an iPad kid.
He's an iPad kid. He went from the iPod to a MacBook.
Yeah. It's a big change.
But like, yeah, like it's just I just find him boring, like to watch. He's only like good movies, like I mean he does have probably like not the best trilogy, but like some of the bigger ones than the other. Like, cause he's got Winter Soldier, which
if we exclude the first Avenger, because that was a terrible movie.
That was a bad movie. But like, he's got Winter Soldier in his belt, and then he's got Civil War, which is
like an Avengers movie, but better.
Which I thought we would have seen better character development from him in that. Yeah. And like, he would have changed a lot more. But
he was like the only like Avenger that didn't develop their character at all in that movie.
Like,
everyone else was like forced to pick a side, and so they had to go against what they've been like. He was just like honor, unity. America.
He's like if there's trouble that way, I'm not gonna run the other way. And it's like, okay, we get it.
You've said that 100 times already.
We get it.
Say something new, please.
Yeah. Where Iron Man, it's like he's got a full on like he's like, oh, this kid could have cured like cancer and all this like stuff, but then we dropped a 40 block building on his head, and now he's dead, and like, and he goes through the emotions and stuff. Captain America just he literally goes like, he was like, you know, like when we save people, we can't save everyone. It's like, yes, we get it, you can't save everyone, but surely you can like understand where Iron Man. He like it completely ignores what he says. It's just like, Iron Man's look at like the damage we've done, and then Captain America's like, yeah, but then like look at the lives we save. It's like, oh my god, can you just like sort of agree with him?
Open your mind, can like you, the tiniest bit.
Can your like peanut brain just open up a little bit and understand where he's coming from? Like, and then like go maybe say like something like you know, you are right, but like we still have to, like, if there is danger, we can't just ignore that sort of stuff. Like, I get what you're saying, like, casualties were super high whenever we try to save the day, but like, imagine how higher it would be if we didn't step in or something. No, it's just like, we're heroes. That's what we do.
We've got to be able to be heroes.
We've got to be heroes, Tony. Captain America, just listen to me, you fucking bastard.
Now, I should ask you, because I want to see where your level of bias is at. Would you consider War Machine Rhodey to be one of the best characters?
No.
Good.
No, that's just... I like him.
Oh, you like him a lot.
I do like him. But no, he's not the best character. He is like... Unfortunately, he doesn't reach the category of potentially being a best character.
Absolutely
because
not.
He's not in it enough to, like, solidify anything.
And I thank God for that every day.
Which I don't, but, like, that's just me. I wish he was in it more.
That's what I don't understand. What do you even like about that character?
I just like his Iron Man suit, to be fair. I just like his Iron Man suit. I think it's
Pepper
dope.
got an Iron Man suit. Do you love Pepper now?
Fuck no.
I don't get it.
Because I like War Machine. I like the suit he wears. It's dope.
It's like Iron Man, but boring.
And I still like all of Iron Man's suits.
Yeah, but like, if you can appreciate the Iron Man suits, there's no reason to have to like War Machine.
But I don't like Rhodey. I like War Machine.
That's even worse.
I just like his suit. Is that an issue?
Yeah, a little bit.
How is that a problem?
Because it doesn't look very good.
It looks so cool though.
It's the Iron Patriot suit. I'm all for it.
Oh, not that suit ever again. I mean, we got the best of both worlds in Endgame because he had the Iron Patriot color scheme and a dope ass Endgame suit. But we never see it. We never see it do anything. We see him get into it and fly. And then you see him at the very end after the fights are all over, and he holds Tony's head and then walks off, and it's like, hang on a second, where was that? Like, that is not like, it's not like, you know, like Spider-Man is small and limber and you can see him swinging around. Where is this big hulking suit?
I feel like that should be harder to miss.
like surely they couldn't just put it. They had like Drax in the background, like stabbing someone in the back, but they didn't. They missed out this big ass like tank just flying through the sky. Like what the hell happened? And it's so annoying because it's like, if people go like, oh, let's rank all of War Machine's suits from like his most strongest. You can't rank that because you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You can read about it, but there's a big difference of reading to seeing it, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I think by Endgame they realised that no one liked War Machine.
Well, clearly not, because
let's just not include him.
Clearly not, because they're making a movie out of him, and he showed up in Secret Invasion.
Yeah, but it wasn't him though, so it doesn't count.
Okay, so how about this? Like,
he actually hasn't been in it since Civil War, so he's
I don't know.
He's in it even less than you think.
I don't know, like, how true that is. Like, since Civil War?
I mean, I like it. I like it as a plot point.
Yeah.
That's why he's been boring. He's a Skrull.
He's a Skrull. Okay. Who do you think that is the worst MCU character?
The worst one?
Yeah.
Only one? That's very hard.
I know, there's a lot of them.
It's a lot to come to mind.
So how about, like, out of the main cast of heroes that you get, not their like sidekicks like War Machine, Captain Carter, and like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the main movies that they're about. So like the Guardians, out of the Ant-Man, Black Widow, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, whatever. Like all of those main ones that the movies are primarily focused on.
Yeah.
Who do you think is like the worst one out of all of them?
Gee whiz.
Do you think there's a lot of them, or there's
I mean,
not that many?
one that does come to mind, or two that come to mind, technically. Gamora and Nebula.
You don't like either of them?
I think I would like them a lot more if they weren't in Guardians movies, but because the Guardians movies are so good and all the other Guardians are such good characters, it's really noticeable when they have these like two boring bitches that are just like, oh, we're angry because Thanos is our dad. Oh, we want to kill people. Oh, we want to start a new life. I don't care. Do something fun. This is a fun movie. Be like Star-Lord. Just fly around listening to music. Be like Rocket. Be a talking raccoon. Or a talking tree. Like, they're setting the bar high with these Guardians characters, and then they bring in Gamora and Nebula, and it's like, well, shit. What do we do now? Do we have to sit here and watch them fucking just talk for like half an hour?
Well, you got the... Like, she's the competent one out of all of them.
But why do you need competency when you've got Star-Lord's blasters, walking weapon?
Okay, I guess it's like... You can't, like, I don't know. You can't have all of them being, like...
Oh, sure you can.
That's bullshit. You can, but, like... I think having someone that is not as dumb as the rest of them helps their, like, the dynamic between all of them.
The only time that she's ever, like, a good character is when she's, like, calling them idiots, because then it draws the attention to them being idiots. Like, that's her most use.
Yeah, well, imagine if she didn't do that in those Guardians movies.
I'm pretty sure we would still notice them being idiots anyway.
Fair enough.
But on a more positive note, let's talk about the rest of the Guardians and how good they are. Because Star-Lord, Mantis, and Drax are all
You don't
top
like
10
you don't
characters.
like Rocket?
Like, I love Rocket. And...
But you don't like him as much as the rest?
yeah, I think because Guardians 3 sort of made him more serious, gave him trauma. It's like, yeah, that's great for his character, that's great for his backstory, but it means he's less entertaining, so therefore he drops out of the top 10. Groot, I can't justify putting him in the top 10 because he says, I am Groot.
He really says,
He's a
I
great
am
character,
Groot.
super entertaining, but his dialogue is 3 words.
Okay, this is what I don't get. Why do they get Vin Diesel to voice Groot? And spend a couple $1 million?
Yeah.
Because he still gets his money, like his big ass price, just for him to say, I am Groot. And apparently, he couldn't even do that. Like, there was a lot of times where he was like, what's my line? And they're literally like, dude, the only thing you say is, I am Groot.
It's the easiest job in the world.
It is honestly just crazy because you could get anyone.
I don't get why they wasted the money on like an A-list actor.
They could have just got a bottom D- list actor just to say I am Groot.
And it's a talking tree. You could have gotten just like a regular person to say it and then just like edit their voice to make it sound how you want it to sound.
Maybe they just needed names.
I guess.
Because if you think about Chris Pratt especially, he wasn't a named actor at that point.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's unknown because
he wasn't unknown, but like
Parks and Rec, which was
he did sit like comedies and stuff like that. But like I guess,
and they still had Bradley Cooper, who was huge.
Yeah, and they also had Gamora's actress.
Yeah,
she was huge. But I guess for a face of a film that it's a guy that I guess maybe not a lot of people would say. Like at that point, he was probably like C, maybe B.
Yeah,
like class as a C, B list with all the other casts are like A's, maybe one B somewhere.
I get what you're saying, but like, there's also movies like Shang-Chi, which is like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I'd never heard of that actor before Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
and they were comfortable with him being like the face of it. Like, if you're confident in Chris Pratt's ability, which obviously they were,
yeah,
justifiably so. So who cares if you haven't heard of him? Go watch the movie, then you'll know about him. You're not going to forget his character. Star-Lord is fucking excellent. Star-Lord is so incredible.
He is a great character.
An Earthling that's just like living in space for 30 years. He's got one of the best.
Technically, he's a celestial, but
well, yeah, but he's from Earth.
He's from Earth.
His intro in the first Guardians movie is like the best fucking character intro.
I think that is the best.
Ever.
No, I think that's the best opening for any of the MCU movies.
I like the Guardians 2 intro more. When there's Groot dancing to
Uh,
Mr. Blue Sky
Yeah.
with... I mean, that's just how good those movies and those characters are, though. They have, like, the two best introductions
They are, like,
to their films.
I think as a trilogy, they're probably the best trilogy in the MCU.
Oh, definitely. Easily. I don't think anything else even comes close to them. I think they're better than, like, the Avengers films.
Ooh.
I think they're better than the Avengers films. Because Avengers 1
They're close.
can be a little boring to watch. Age of Ultron has its problems. Guardians doesn't miss.
That's fair. You know who I think that could have been good and could have gone better was Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Ant-Man got done dirty.
he sort of peaked in his first movie,
Yeah.
that shouldn't really be how it works. The character should improve over time. He shouldn't be
I don't
at
think
his best.
even in his first movie, he still. I wouldn't say he's never peaked.
I feel like with the other two movies,
He's definitely declined.
they try, and like even with like Civil War and Endgame when he's in it, they tried to make him more serious. But
Did they though? Like
Ant-Man's not a character that needs to be serious. Like in Ant-Man 1, he is a grounded character, which is fine. It's good to have some grounded characters in the MCU.
yeah,
Like just a human that has a suit. He doesn't have all these magic powers. None of that shit. He's just a grounded guy who just got out of jail. And his only motivation for being a superhero is because he wants to see his daughter.
yeah,
That is fine. And then you get Paul Rudd, who's incredible. You give him incredible dialogue, great jokes, a fun concept for a movie, excellent character. And then you give it Ant-Man and the Wasp, dog shit.
yep.
Don't put the Wasp in there. No one likes her. Don't put Janet in there. No one likes her.
And then you get Quantum Mania after that.
Even more dog shit.
Even
Don't
worse.
put his daughter in there. She's great. Cassie in the first two Ant-Man movies is one of the best MCU characters. Cassie in Quantumania is one of the worst MCU characters. She is so terrible. I refuse to believe it's the same person. I understand it's not the same actor, but I refuse to believe that that is the same human being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because it is such a big change. How do you go from being this cute little girl who's like, I want to help you, to fucking, they were kicking homeless people out of the park. No one cares! You're going to fight Kang. There's bigger issues, bitch.
Yeah, but it's like a father like daughter.
I don't give a fuck. Keep her as a kid.
She went to jail.
Father-daughter relationships work so much better when the daughter is a kid. Look at fucking Hank and Hope. If she was a kid, I think I would care a lot more about them. But she's not, so I don't give a fuck about either of them. Hank's only interesting because he used to be Ant-Man. Everything he did after being Ant-Man is not interesting. And Hope is boring as shit. Ant-Man, Paul Rudd could do better.
Well, get used to it because she is staying and she's going to be replacing Ant-Man.
Don't say that.
She's going to be replacing Paul Rudd.
I don't need more reasons to be mad at Marvel. Don't say these things to
I
me.
think that's the issue. They have so many... They got the replacements set up to replace Iron Man, to replace Captain America, to replace whatever.
And they're all downgrades.
And they're all severely downgraded people
Like,
that are so uninteresting.
that's why, like, so many of, like, the best characters and the characters we've been talking about are from, like, before Phase 4, essentially.
Phase
Like,
4
the Infinity
as-
Saga
Yeah.
has all the best characters. I can't think of any characters that have been introduced since, like, post-Endgame that have been better than anyone that was before Endgame.
What about Black Widow's replacement?
Yelena?
Yeah.
No.
Nah, you don't.
I don't mind her, but I prefer Black Widow still.
Yeah. I think they just shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
They really have shot themselves in the foot by making these, like, the replacement characters just feel so rushed.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think because they just got rushed into, like, all right, we need to quickly set up for like the young Avengers, and like they don't have the build up like the older ones did.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, like how do you set up the young ones to replace the old?
I think they should have introduced these new characters before they decided to kill off all their replacements. Because if you've got Captain America, I mean, I guess Captain America is the one that we did already know, but
Yeah.
still don't love it. But like, if you've got an Iron Man that's still around, if you've got a Thor that's still like hanging around on Earth, not being a weirdo,
Yeah.
not being in love with fucking Jane still. If you've got all of these good characters that you've established over 10 years, obviously you can't have them around forever.
Yeah.
There is a need to replace them eventually.
Yeah.
But introduce these characters that are meant to be like... They're based on the characters that are already in the MCU because they're replacing them.
Okay, so what do you think?
It doesn't matter if they can just hang around them and mimic them.
What do you think about Hawkeye and Kate Bishop?
That's how they should have done it with every character.
Did you like their like?
Yeah. That's why Kate Bishop is a good character. One of the rare good characters from Phase 4. Because she didn't just get thrown into a show on her own and she's like, oh, Hawkeye's my hero, so now I'm just really good with a bow and arrow. It was like, no.
Well, how about
Hawkeye's
Shuri?
my hero, and now I'm going to spend 6 episodes of fighting crime with him.
How about
and he's going to teach me all this shit.
How about Shuri and Ironheart?
No, I didn't like that, because Ironheart is not replacing Shuri. Ironheart is replacing Iron Man.
But he's dead.
That's the problem. You shouldn't have killed him before and then introduced Ironheart. You should have had her... Why not have her be in Civil War? He went to MIT. She could have been there and been like, oh, you're my hero.
Or how about the kid in Iron Man 3?
I don't think they have any more plans for him.
But that's so stupid because...
That could have been the character that they chose to use.
That should have been Iron Man's replacement, because clearly they've kept contact, because at Iron Man's funeral, he was there. He was actually there.
If they never planned on using him, then why didn't they have a younger Ironheart be like the Harley of Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
And have her like help Iron Man and help with the suit and all this shit. And then it's so much more believable when she's reintroduced in Black Panther.
Yeah.
And she's got an Iron Man suit, she's a genius, she does all this shit.
Stupid.
Why not do that?
But I think that kid should have been the new Iron Man. He's already helped Iron Man in Iron Man 3. He helped him through all that sort of stuff, the struggles and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, after that meeting, it's not like, clearly, like, out, like, you know, not on screen, they have seen each other. They have talked to each other.
Yeah.
Because why else would he get invited to Iron Man's funeral?
Yeah.
Like, if they had one interaction, there's no way that, like, Pepper Potts was like, you're that kid that helped Tony many years ago. Come to our funeral. And, you know, like, clearly, like, Pepper Potts has to have known that Tony has a special place for him and they have met each other.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if they met, like, maybe once after that, twice after. They have been talking. Because there's no way that they would just invite some random-ass kid to go to Iron Man, the hero of the Infinity Saga, to his funeral.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I think that's
the fact that they even chose to include him is more frustrating, because it's like, you haven't forgotten about him. Like, you're still trying to remind us that he exists, but you don't have any plans to use him. So why show him again?
Why show him again? Like, what purpose does he have now? Is he just going to be a forgotten character now?
Yeah. Another wasted opportunity.
A wasted opportunity. Like, why not make him Iron Man? And it's more believable if that kid has been building his own Iron Man suit, because Tony Stark was probably there helping him.
He's already been around an Iron Man suit.
Because to this day, I still don't get how Ironheart built her Iron Man suit. Like, I still find that, like, sort of unbelievable that she managed to build her own suit out of junk. Still has the arc reactor, can still fly perfectly in that suit, can still manage that suit perfectly fine. Like,
I don't mind it, But it would have been so much better if they had given... Like, I can buy it because, like, she's a genius. Tony Stark is a genius. If he
Yeah.
can figure it out, she can figure it out. That's fine. But if you had have had them been around each other before he died, and then they introduce her with her own Iron Man suit, and she knows how to fly it and this shit.
Because now technically
That would-
she is now is technically smarter than Tony Stark is. Because when you think about Tony Stark's first suit, it couldn't fly. Like, sure, he launched off in the sky when he got out of the cave, but it broke apart super quickly. You know?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but, like, it wasn't a cave in the Middle East with, like, I know that all of hers was, like, spare parts and, like, stuff that she'd found.
They said her stuff was in a junkyard.
His was actual, like, just scraps, and he was being held hostage. His was a little more time sensitive. He had to build a suit.
Yeah.
By some point, or he was going to be killed.
But, like...
She just did it in, like, her free time as, like, a hobby.
She also did build the vibarium detector.
That's
thing.
the one that I find harder to believe.
She did build that as a science project.
I find that hard to believe that she's the only person that's, like, capable of building that over, like,
So all I'm
the
saying
US
is
government.
she's already now still smarter than Tony Stark was.
Oh, that's fine. Tony Stark's the greatness of his character isn't all about his intelligence. Like, even if you introduce a character that's smarter than him, it doesn't mean they're going to be better.
That's fair.
You need to give her an actual personality if you want her to be...
Well, because she's either getting a TV show or a movie.
I actually don't mind that.
I don't know, because I think they said they're going to switch the TV show to a movie, or they have like just cancelled it altogether.
What I like about that method is she's already been introduced to us.
Yeah.
So, whether it's a movie or a show,
It doesn't.
we go in knowing who it is.
Yeah.
It's not like She-Hulk or Miss Marvel or even Kate Bishop, where, like, the first time you're seeing them is when they get their own show.
Yeah.
Like, we already know Ironheart to an extent, and we already have thoughts on her. So, it's a lot easier to give her a movie or a show now, because people already know who she is. You don't have to waste, like, half the runtime or half the episodes on just introducing a character to us before she even gets to be, like, a superhero, which is what they do with every new character that gets a show now.
I think MCU is going to be moving away from making TV shows.
Yeah.
Since it's probably lost them the most money, and it's clearly not working.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't produced a show that's introduced one of our favorite characters or a future character for future films well.
Yeah.
They still haven't done that yet. So,
I think they've tried it enough times now that they can see it's not the right way to go about it.
yeah.
I don't think you can really argue with that point anymore. Because they've tried it a lot of different ways. They've tried it with a lot of different characters.
Yeah,
characters
and
we know, and new characters.
And new
it
characters.
hasn't worked either way.
What do you think about Wanda? Do you think she, like, peaked at her show? Or do you think she's sort of a wasted character now? Like, after Doctor Strange Multiverse.
I liked her arc,
Yeah.
including Multiverse of Madness. I mean, it's a shame that she's dead. She's definitely dead.
Dead.
We're never going to see her again. Wink, wink.
Just like we're never going to see Vision again.
Yeah. But I liked her character all the way through. I didn't really like her character in Age of Ultron.
I mean, yeah, because she was introduced as just the weirdo.
Yeah. And
Like-
I feel like her brother was more interesting in that movie.
What,
Yeah.
interesting, alive or dead?
Both.
Do you think they should have kept him alive? Or, like,
Nah.
you reckon it was a good thing that they killed him off?
Yeah. I think he would have overshadowed Wanda a lot, and obviously they had
big plans.
Pretty big plans for her. They gave her the first MCU show.
Yeah.
And, she was a big part of Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
She was pretty strong against fucking Thanos, so she's a big deal.
She's kind of a big deal.
She fucked up everyone in Multiverse of Madness. She's pretty strong.
Yeah. But having her as, like, dead, I mean, I do hope we do see her again, because, I mean, there was, like, mixed reports that the actress might not come back to play her, or, like, I think Marvel said they cancelled her solo movie she was going to get.
That's dumb.
I think they cancelled it, which is, if that's the case, that's, again, they're shooting themselves in the foot. They just love shooting themselves in the foot with that. Like, everyone loves Wanda. Like, I don't think there's a lot of people that don't like Wanda. Where she was from Age of Ultron to now. Like, sure, Doctor Strange wasn't a super good movie, but it wasn't super bad, and it still did the job.
Yeah.
Like, it was still... I think that was just a case of MCU fans just overhyping it and having theories and crap, and it just didn't have any of that.
Yeah, it had too much hype around it. People were always going to be disappointed with the end result of it.
Yeah. But honestly, for what it was, like, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was, like, the action in it, just Wanda, like, she was a staple of that movie.
Yeah.
Like, and then the fight between Doctor Strange and the evil version with, like, the music notes and stuff. Like,
yeah,
it's, like, creative, fun fights.
So much fun.
And, like, and it's still, like, Doctor Strange, like, we haven't talked about Doctor Strange, but he is, like, a great character. You don't like him? You don't think he's a great character?
Yeah, I don't think he's a great character.
I think he's a great character.
He's fine. He's fine.
He's fine.
He will do. Like, he's adequate.
Yeah, fair enough. I think he's got, like, good, like fighting and stuff like that, like magic. Yeah. I think magic uses.
It's always interesting when he's in it.
Yeah.
Like, whether it's his movies or whether he's in, like, the Avengers movies, he's always in interesting scenes.
Yeah, I think he's a very interesting character. I won't say. I would take back what I said about him being great. I think he's very interesting.
The only reason I don't want to say he's great is because you've seen him in What If, and I feel like that's a better Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you've seen the potential of the character and then you see the live action Doctor Strange, it's like, well, you're not as good as what you could be. So I can't call him great.
That's fair. Nah, I agree with that.
Now, I do want to ask you before we finish off here, because as far as importance goes, I don't think there is a more important character, when you really think about it, in the MCU. What are your thoughts on Nicholas J. Fury?
I think he's lost his importance. I think.
Do you think that was because of Secret Invasion?
Yeah. But even then, like, he's not as cool now.
Yeah.
Like, I think Captain Marvel making him how he lost his eye was from a stupid cat, I think hurt it a lot. Because, like, that's so boring now. Like, the mystery of his... I think they should just kept his eye scratch a mystery.
Yeah.
Because if that's all they could come up with, a cat scratch his eye, then I quite frankly didn't want to know. Like, honestly, I just didn't want to know.
I think after he got snapped in Infinity War, he should have stayed off screen from then onwards.
Yeah.
Because there's not much else that you can really do with him. And I think...
But I think
Secret Invasion showed that.
But I think that's just poor writing. I think there is a lot you can do with him. I don't think you... Like, making him as a main character of a show, I don't think is a good idea. But as... like a side character, as a mysterious side character that just sort of knows everything, and he's a human. He's like just a normal human, and he knows so much.
That's why he was better in the movies, because he wasn't never the main character of any of them.
Yeah, I think I do agree with you. I think as a main front and point character of a show or a movie, if they ever dare think about it. Yeah, nah. And I think making him a scroll and him in space, I think that's just the dumbest. I don't understand for a sec. Like, you can still have the scrolls in a space station.
Yeah.
You do not make him on a vacation in the space station. That post-credit scene, like, I feel like it was just like that shit.
Yeah. And if that was their way of hyping up Secret Invasion, which was also shit, it's like, what was the point?
There was no point.
From Iron Man, when he got introduced, up until Infinity War, he was a great character.
Yeah.
Like, all of his little appearances in the Iron Man movies, everything, great.
It worked.
In Avengers, excellent character. Fighting with, like, the whole fucking US government and then launching a nuke against what they said. Excellent shit.
Yep.
So good.
It was...
Winter Soldier, probably his best.
I think, yeah, he's definitely peaked at Winter Soldier.
He's important in that movie. His fucking knowledge is so important in that movie.
Everything
like,
is...
all the shit that he knows.
Yeah.
And then he sort of disappears for a little bit, which is fine.
Nick
Fury.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be dead anyway.
But that's the good thing, though. Like, that made his character good. He just appeared in movies you just didn't expect him to be in.
Yeah.
He was here, he was there, like, it's good.
They snapped him in Infinity War. He calls for Captain Marvel. They show their backstory in Captain Marvel to show the relevance of that.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't need to be in it again.
Yep.
Because from Endgame onwards...
Yeah.
What is his importance anymore? He formed the Avengers. The Avengers aren't an official group anymore. And everyone that he fucking invited into it are gone.
Yep.
He's the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. is gone. Hydra's gone. He's not the leader of shit.
Yeah.
Like, in Secret Invasion, when he's walking around, it's just like, how is this guy getting around? He doesn't have any power anymore.
But I guess that's the thing, like, he is smart. He is a smart guy. He's a spy. He's an agent. He's a spy agent, you know? So I'm not... Him getting around, I think, is not... Like, it's like, it's not a super bad thing. Like, it's like he doesn't have any power. It's like, yeah, but he still have safe houses everywhere. He's smart enough to plan for when S.H.I.E.L.D. does fall and the Avengers may do fall, he still has his own backup. Like, he's not just going to quit, you know? Which I think is good. But I think, like you said, Secret Invasion just wasn't for him.
And it was cool to see in the moment because it was unexpected. But giving him a wife was so unnecessary. Like,
yeah, I think he should have just not have one.
It defeats the whole purpose of all his, like, mystery. Like, everything about his character is like, it's a big mystery. How does he know these things?
So
what does he do?
Maybe if
What's his life like?
We
don't actually want to see it though.
We don't actually want to know.
Knowing.
Yeah, I think his character probably hit the dirt the hardest.
Yeah,
one of the hardest.
Like, he went from being so good and so important to now just irrelevant. Like, if he never shows up again, I don't think anyone's going to miss him.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to miss him for sure.
The MCU doesn't need him anymore.
Yeah.
So, unless you have an actual good story to tell with him, there's no point in bringing him back.
Unless he dies in the next Captain Marvel movie, I don't want to see him.
Oh, I forgot he's in that, isn't he?
He is definitely in that.
Yeah.
Maybe he will die in that.
I don't think they're ever going to kill him. I think they're going to wait till Samuel L. Jackson dies.
Yeah.
I don't think they're brave enough to actually kill Nick Fury.
I agree with that one. Yeah. I think we'll end it off here, though.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you agreed with at least some of our points.
Yeah.
Please follow all of our socials. We've got our YouTube still, our Spotify, our Instagram, our TikTok. We're even on Apple Podcasts now. Thank you very much. So check us out there. But thank you all for watching or listening, however you're doing this. And we'll see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.